Welcome to another episode of 10 Talk, where the conversation is on 10 and the personalities are on 100. We in the building. Married at First Sight, season 11, episode 12. Whew, it's getting old. And so we are back here. I know I wasn't here last week, but we're gonna keep it rolling because I'm back and I'm in charge and we running things. We're gonna start with the first couple.
Episode 13, not 12.
Is it 13? Oh, that's wild. And this is why I'm not in charge. All right. So we're going to talk about our very favorite couple. They're our favorite couple because we no longer have to talk about them after this episode, Brett and Olivia, because they have decided that they no longer want to be married. And so they no longer are going to be on the show. For all our Brett haters, how do y'all feel?
Brett is the worst, okay? Brett will always be the worst. And Brett, when he said no thanks, he said, "Do you want to be married?" He said, "No thanks."
I just didn't know how to react because he literally was like, "Thanks, love, and joy." Like,
he's like, "Nah, I'm checked out. I'm done with this."
And it was just like the nonchalant way that he said it. She's like, "So do you think there's anything that we can do to go to the other side?" He goes, "No, thanks." I'm just like, "No, thanks."
How Tisha tell all of us to mute and she the only one not muted?
I thought that was scary for me. I said, I said, mute everybody. I mean, y'all could have did that. Y'all know I'm multitasking.
Tisha said, "No thanks."
That's a no for me.
Oh, all
We're
right.
doing the episode.
This couple is. What do you guys think was the biggest issue that they had that they couldn't get across so that they would stay married? For me, I just think it was their communication. They
had terrible communication. They never had good communication from day one. They were that stupid thing they did on the honeymoon where Brett was supposed to rate the marriage, and he came back and she was like, "Was there anything that's on your mind? Are you upset about anything?" And he was like, "No, nothing I could." They never had good communication from the jump.
I've been in like my notes. I put with all the communication, Brett and Olivia should start writing stuff down.
Hey, look, that makes me think like maybe Brett should have been with Karen. Because
I totally felt that way. Their dry, sarcastic way of talking down to people, like they would have been going at each other. Because I'm so tired of her telling Miles. Never mind, we'll get on them later. But anyway,
I just have one
I'm
comment.
fueled up for the 5 today for that daggum Karen. Because that is about to like make me go there.
I just have one quick comment about the separation of Brett and Olivia. Sound the trumpet.
Boy, just bugling his way out.
I have to go to the bathroom.
There you have it, folks. We have talent.
Oh my god!
do it all.
I just wanted to say that the one thing that brought them together was them cats, and that was the last
The only thing. And when he said she's scratching her cat, scratching my cat, I got to go.
last season. I thought he just moved out and said goodbye. Only thing that had coming.
So Brett thought he was compromising too much in the relationship. So who do you think was actually compromising more of their own self to try to make this marriage work before it eventually fell apart?
I don't know that either of them were. Because I feel like when Olivia tried to talk to Brett and he was very he shut her down, then she shut down. So I feel like that's where that's where lack of communication came in, and eventually she was sick of trying to understand him, trying to get through to him, actually know what he's thinking.
So do you think that was the cause of the friend zone ship that they was in? And who do you think friend zoned who? I was watching that part like, wait, friend zone? I was like, y'all not friends. She don't like you.
I don't really think they liked each other. And he was too busy telling her that she was a poor spender and didn't take and value money. And she was too busy telling him he's boring as hell. So there you have it.
Is it bad that when Brett said no thanks, I was like 1 down, 2 to go?
No. Explain who the other two are, though. I need to know who the other two are now.
The other two are Karen and Miles and Christina and Henry.
You go back to his real name. I thought something about Brett and Olivia just would make it to the end of the season and then they would decide no. I didn't think it was going to come in the middle. However, just knowing that decision day was supposed to be that day and they had to push it back due to the COVID, it makes sense. Why they were just like, okay, cool. They don't want to do it. Let them go.
My 8 weeks are up. I am going home with me and my cats.
Oh my God.
Like when you be at work and your boss be like, can you do one more shift? Sure can. No thanks. I got you.
That's exactly what it was. Olivia was like, did you want to stay for an extra shift? And he was like, nah, bro, I was off 30 minutes ago. Like, I gotta go. Lacey, get up.
But the way he was like looking at his watch when they got done having that conversation, he was
counting
ready.
The seconds till he could leave. The seconds.
So he could go on a date. I mean,
But yes, ultimately, they just wanted different things in life, and they just didn't work out. Olivia wanted to travel the world and have fun, and Brett wanted to stay in the house and save money. And those two things just don't mix. Going outside and staying inside, those are two different things. So it didn't work out. Another couple that I feel like just wants two separate things in their life, but are able to make it kind of work a little bit better than these other two, is going to be Karen and Miles. So Tisha, the floor is yours.
I can't stand that hoe. And when Miles was like, yeah, I don't even know if I can finish this, I was like,
no, I was like, Miles is finally done. He's finally done. He's finally over it.
Very last and she probably get mad because he called her sis. And then, but you want to call him a stranger the whole season, and you want to talk about him and act like he ain't nobody. But then you mad because he called you sis because you in friend zone to him, and so you mad because he in friend zoned you back. Girl, go get a life. Go buy you some tracks or something because I'm over it.
Tisha said 1-800 choke that.
In the words of Ludacris.
No. So I'm glad she crying. Just like I did how many episodes ago that I said I hope he break her heart at the end because she over there playing them games. She ain't for real. She was never for real. And I'm mad that Miles had to go through that whole situation, and then you don't want to be emotionally available for him because you want to keep putting him in a box and labeling him as weak and talking about his masculinity, and then you mad because the kids is here. Bye, Karen.
No, honestly.
Well, I had noticed.
Go ahead, Leilani.
What I had noticed was I was like, all the time she's like, oh, I want to see the real Miles. I want to know how he really feels. I feel like he's hiding stuff. The second he came out, I was like, I don't even. She's like, okay, like, ma'am, you asked for it. How you feel now? You wanted him to tell you how he feels. That's how he feels. There you go.
And then in the episode, she was talking about we do sweet things, but they always show Miles.
I was like, we?
Who is we? Miles himself and he? Because I don't see nothing sweet tweet that she does. Like Miles was saying in the therapy session, everything is on him. If he wants affection, he has to initiate. If he wants a conversation, he has to initiate. If he just wants to relax, he has to initiate. Like everything, even Karen, like going to work, and he's like, "I'm the house." What he said, "I'm the husband." The real husband of quarantine.
Real husband of
quarantine. Real husband in quarantine. Like, Miles is trying so hard to be a good husband and a good guy. And Karen just seems like all she does is make excuses. Excuses for why she can't connect with Miles and give Miles what she wants. And when she tried to say, I think I can give you what you want, I said, the lies you tell.
It was all a lie.
Lies.
The last thing determined that was a lie.
My thing is, I know y'all in New Orleans, y'all in NOLA, but like, we not schizophrenic, so we don't need to talk about all this weed business.
Oh my lord.
No. Miles cooks, cleans, have sex with her whenever she wants, which is never. So I just feel as if Miles is doing everything, and everything in his house is half of his. Which half does he want? This half or this half?
Okay, so y'all know I am typically a Karen Capper, but on this episode, I officially hung up my flag. I am a Karen Capper.
Welcome to the good side. Welcome to the great side, because Karen is
because
right.
Dr. Pepper was like, are you sure you're not just being selfish and that you're not doing wrong? And she was sitting there with them crocodile tears, like he said, this is such a thing.
If it was up to today, you wouldn't stay with me. I wouldn't stay with you either. That wants me to stay there. Like she literally has shown nothing, at least on camera, and from what Miles was talking about, nothing at all to show that she even wants to be in this relationship in the first place. So why would I want to stick around and waste my good energy and my good cooking skills for someone who doesn't appreciate me?
That part.
And Miles was even, I think it was Pastor Cal who asked him, do you think that she's capable of it? And he was like, I don't know. And he was like, so you think she isn't capable of love? I'm like, first of all, everybody said all that. But like, I don't think she can. She's not ready for that. She's not comfortable. She's been checked out since day one.
She was never checked
since
in.
Day -1 when she saw a picture of what he looked like on Instagram. Day -1, he was like, no thanks.
Miles was like, wait, reading. No, he was like, I don't think she has the emotional capacity to love me the way I love. She's not looking for a progressive man. He was like, I don't think she has feelings. You know what? Not from where I am. Miles said, no thanks.
This next, hold up. I just gotta do something real quick for Miles. This is gonna go out to Miles. Because honestly, like, I mean this from bottom of my heart when I say sorry to this man. Sorry to this man. Sorry to this man.
You and these sound effects are killing me.
These sound effects are
yeah.
I just don't understand.
He said,
these hard. I just appreciate the therapist for reading Karen the filth and be like, look, sus, because I'm a female.
But I'm like, Dr. Pepper, where you been this whole season?
What was her name? Dr. Granny?
Dr. Pepper, like the soda.
Where have you been this whole season? Now you want to apologize. Talking about I'm so sorry. We gotta do this over video, like Instagram, Skype, Zoom. It was not invented yesterday, Dr. Pepper. Where you been?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. I needed Dr. Pepper in week 3 because
that's what I said.
I think Karen
She's still sending messages
that she was messing up.
She was still sending messages by carrier pigeon. It's okay. She just wasn't there. She wasn't connected. Okay. I love Dr. Pepper, but she's just not there. Okay, she was taking total advantage of her COVID and being locked up, and she was like, "Screw this show. We all on quarantine. I ain't got to
Dr.
check in with
Pepper
nobody."
and Pastor
Figure it
Man at
out.
First Sight, they be speaking truth.
All I gotta say is that I needed Dr. Pepper to come through the moment when Karen was like, I felt like you. What did she say? I don't remember her exact words, but remember when she stormed out?
I felt unsafe.
You made me feel unsafe. I felt targeted. Or I don't know the exact words she used. But when she was giving very much like, oh, you crossed a boundary and now I can't even look at you. You know, I just feel so attacked and I don't know what to do.
No.
Facts.
I needed Dr. Pepper on the wedding day when she said, he's not my type. Bring her out right there.
But no, you pushed your car. You trying to get on his insurance. He run a whole school. You
want a daggone Gucci bag.
He making dinner. He rubbing your feet with your stanky toes. Just ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
He says, sis, so I can't do it. I'm like, girl.
So, anytime you have overly caring teddy bear Miles being shunned by egotistical, thinking you're more beautiful than you are, your personality is showing that your outer character is not as gorgeous as it could be because you are so superficial and you are not upholding what you should as a person internally to exude what your outer beauty is saying that it is. You are shallow, you are empty, and you are fake. And I hate the fact that you lied your way onto the show to say that you were ready for something that you knew deep down in your heart of hearts that you were not. Miles was not ugly. Miles was chunky. Yes. Miles had great potential. He had thought eyes. Yes. But Miles was there emotionally. He rubbing your feet. He throwing lozenges down your throat, and you won't even hold that man's hand. You are done. And
First
so,
of all,
thanks.
I just
Bye,
need to
Karen.
comment on
We
the
can
fact
totally move on to someone else that deserves some airtime because you were killing the show.
See, and this is what I've been saying since week 1. I don't like Karen. She is beautiful on the outside, and everything else about her, I just want to throw away in the trash. You know, I feel like she doesn't deserve Miles. And it's really weird to say because in most relationships, especially that are shown on television, it's the guy that doesn't deserve the woman. But I genuinely believe that Miles is too good for Karen at this moment in Karen's life. I don't know what that relationship is to her, but she's not ready to be married. She might not even be ready to be someone's girlfriend.
No, she's not ready.
Sam,
She ain't ready to own a pet. Okay? She is not emotionally ready to own a pet. Okay? I would not let her babysit my dead cat.
Why's your cat dead?
Your dead cat.
No, so I was gonna say, and I don't know if y'all watched the pre-show with Jamie, but thought thighs aside, Miles was looking real good on that pre-show with his hair grown out and the full beard. He had his face snatched. I was like, okay.
But everything
that quarantine hair
she didn't like about her was not serious. She's not a serious person because all that is like random, superficial things that do not matter. Like you talking about, you want to get to know the real Miles and you want to know this, that, but you talking about sis, you talking about Salt Bay, you talking about stuff that do not matter in the grand scheme of how you gonna live your life. Like he calling you sis as a joke. Lighten up, you draining the whole mood out of every room you go to. Girl, tell a joke.
She ain't got no sense of humor.
She don't have no sense of humor. She is boring.
Karen?
Tired. She got great baby hair though.
The baby hair is laid.
You know what Karen remind me of? She remind me of that meme on like The internet where it's like when you try to like save your space, but you realize you the negative energy in the room.
Bro.
Oh,
Bro.
that
Bro.
part.
That's
That part.
She just like, I just want to feel Miles. And I just want him to be open and honest with me. And then as soon as he's open and honest with me, I'm going to talk about him. Like, we can move on. Can we? Is it anyone else got anything to say about Karen and Miles? Because I'm over Karen, and the more I talk about Karen, the more upset I feel myself getting. And I'm not starting to sweat, like from the anger and the heat in my blood pressure. I'm starting to sweat.
Bye, 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 bye.
Like I said, to another couple who it was starting to give up on their marriage, the couple that we all thought would, not make it any week at all. Henry and Christina. Henry out here leaving the house trying to avoid Christina all day, and Christina apparently thinks the man is gay.
Yeah.
What's the biggest one, Leilani?
They don't like each other. He does not like her. He said she dishonest, she mean, he don't like her.
Don't forget homeless.
Beat you on the right.
Don't forget homeless.
The most they done touched is at that stupid dance thing that he set up. That's the most they ever touched this whole show.
You're right. You're right about that. You know what? Their relationship reminds me of? You ever been in class and then there's someone who, no matter what they do, they'll always get on your nerves? Like, they can do literally nothing, but they always get on your nerves. It's like, do you ever shut up? God.
It's like, why you breathing so loud? You breathe like that for what? You breathe like that for what? What? You breathe. The way you breathe, I can't stand it.
The way you tap your pencil, I'm sick of it.
How dare you blink at me like that? How dare you?
Why are you tapping in Comic Sans? You know we use a French script.
Not even the right font.
I dare you. Ask another question. I'm so question.
No, when Christina left the house saying she was going to see her friend, and Henry was like, she came home at 2 in the morning. I know she ain't going to see nobody's friend.
First of all, it was 3 in the morning.
She forgot his birthday, but was mad he didn't pick her up some grocery store flowers. You forgot his birthday, ma'am. You forgot
No,
his
and what
birthday.
gets me is I would have found out it was your birthday because I would have asked some questions. And you would be like, well, it is my birthday. And I would be like, oh, let me go to the store.
He said, oh.
He got a cake that got delivered to the house that said happy birthday. There's not too many.
Oh, Christina.
He was
home cake.
like
a home cake.
And she was
like, I don't know what are you over here.
Oh, you see without my eyes.
And flip the switch because just like Henry said in the show, if he would have forgot her birthday, it would have been World War III.
Oh man! Oh my God! She would have been all up on this man. And he just was like, well, I guess you forgot my birthday. Like, okay, Henry. Henry said, I don't care at this point. I don't really want her to know.
Yeah. If Henry would have forgot her birthday, you ain't seen high maintenance yet.
No, the funny thing is, though, is Christina said she feels unloved. But she can't remember a birthday for your husband? But you feel unloved. You feel uncared for. You feel like he don't like you. You can't remember the most important day of my life, the birth of my greatness?
Not my greatness.
Now that couple right there
is the fact that he dismissed it. So that was the part that hurt, is the fact that he was just like, oh, well, I mean, I guess because we haven't really, built a relationship well enough for her to acknowledge the fact that today is my birthday, that I'm not important. And that was the sad part for me in that situation. But I mean, she's in the same boat as Karen as me, for me. But yeah, I don't like her with her lying trifling behind.
Lying, trifling, homeless.
Christina is the worst. Christina has no heart, no emotions, no feelings,
No empathy.
no empathy. She sat there on the couch on her phone the whole day, just like she Beyonce. Like she got
Ain't nobody calling you girl.
Nobody is talking to you.
Girl, you ain't that tapped in.
I don't know why they even put them together in the first place. They don't have anything in common.
Wait, chill out. We can't just skip to
She want to be an icy girl so bad.
I've been told I'm beautiful all the time. And
Right home, man. Right home.
All right,
honestly, I don't condone cheating, but if he was cheating on her, I mean,
bro.
Stop. I mean, at least somebody would have been getting that butt.
That relationship is nothing more than a piece of paper. But now, ladies,
and I feel even worse for Henry because he's an essential worker. He had to go to work every day and come home.
And he called the man gay. And then he was like, well, show me the receipts. I'm so gay. Where the receipts? The receipts. You know what? I ain't got no receipts, and you ain't got no house, and you ain't got no job. And now you ain't got no husband. Now you ain't got but your
whoa. Let's back.
Wait, I'm starting to feel bad for Christina. Stop it. She ain't got nothing.
No, Samuel. She had the nerve to talk all that mess about Henry's living spaces and how small his kitchen was when she lived in her car. Come on, we can't let that go.
You got the bomb,
bro. Like,
she can go shower at the airport, as far as I'm concerned.
We gonna let that go?
No. So, my friend has coined a term for people who get in relationships with people who are going to let them stay with them, and they're called homeless sexuals. Christina got on because she was homeless and she needed somewhere to stay.
Homosexual.
Homosexual.
y'all, I just man. Oh my goodness.
Like basic, she broke, she fake bougie.
Ooh.
Being fake bougie is really the worst because it's like you think Chipotle is classy and Taco Bell is trash. Like that's fake bougie. I eat Chipotle.
She worried about a bed spread. She bought that bed spread with Henry money so she could take it back to her car in case it's no.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
Samuel said,
oh, that's so sad. I ain't got no comment. Like I said, I'm starting to feel bad for Christina because, in Corona, the flights, she wasn't really working for at least 3 months. They stopped letting people fly. She had no job. She obviously didn't have a home to go to other than an apartment.
They ain't shut down a flight yet in Corona. Maybe they have minimized the amount of flights, but there has not been a plane not flying in the air. So
facts, because I did fly during Corona and went to Vegas and had a good time.
Oh,
care packages and everything. I had a glove, a mask. They gave me hand sanitizer wipes. I was like, "Oh, y'all official!"
Not
I had a
official.
whole row to myself. It was amazing.
amazing. I was in the plane, come to see Sabrina, like, oh, I got a whole row. I can lay out. I'm chilling. Nobody bothering me. No fat people. It was amazing.
I've been on.
You did not have to talk about the
so
fat
I know they.
Hold up, we ain't got to body shame nobody.
I was the right thing of the whole seat. You can't even breathe in the flight. That'd be the worst.
Whoa. And then when COVID first got popping, because I was on a flight when COVID first came and got popping, they had every other row one person. So it wasn't nobody in the
You
front
had a
of you,
plane
on
to
the side of
yourself. You was
behind
like,
you.
this is mine.
But the thing about it is, I'm just like, he's so mean to Henry. If I'm homeless, I'm gonna be nice to people. You know, I'm gonna try to make it work till I get my release. And then when she tried to break out in them like them thug tears, Henry said Henry crossed his legs to let her scoot on by. Henry was like,
He was really trying to talk, and she would not let him say a word. He was like, but she was like, but no, because like you don't even like me, and I just, ma'am.
Now, I just feel as if Henry is getting more personality as the season goes on. And I just, his personality is petty. However, I like a petty personality. It's entertaining. And I, at one point, wanted Henry off the screen because he was bland. He is not bland. He is reserved. And Christina, we just need to figure out where she belongs because it's not in
on the Frozen movie. Let it go.
But okay, vocals,
but moving on to a couple who we're not giving up on and just seems to make everything that's a problem into a solution of greatness. Our lovely, quirky, lovable
marine biologist.
You are a marine biologist. I don't know where you got this from.
All of that. But the Amelia and Bennett realizing that Amelia is special enough to split his living quarters between Virginia and New Orleans. And Sabrina, as a person who has lived in Virginia and has visited New Orleans, how do you feel about his decision to split his time living in the two places?
I think it's a very smart decision because he could be bored as 2 left feet in Virginia and then go back to New Orleans where it's popping and the food is nice. So, go be with your wife and then take care of your business. But he probably, because of RONA, won't have to come back that often. But I feel like it was positive because he's realizing that I have to be with my wife, but I also do have responsibilities. So he's not being like idealistic. We're like, no, I'm just going to move and leave everything behind. He's like, I'm going to split time and go back and forth. But he's probably just going to stay there because what he doing? He ain't doing nothing. Nobody going to the theater.
He got to keep up the bills on his tiny house. He can't just be dipping out. Built his house. He got to keep it.
Okay.
And Amelia was very happy with his decision.
He's living off the grid. He's connected to other people. He can make his box. I'm not throwing no shade, but I mean, that's what it is. Like, he can just unplug and not have no bills. Just saying. And I totally found a website that has more male gowns, and I really need to send it to him because that other one they showed with the fractured collar lapel area, the blue one, I was like, oh yeah, so that must have been his first one because the other one is still nice. But I think we just need to add some more to his collection because he is great. I love him.
Yes.
But while we are on sanitation, when he said he only uses one square.
Divorce.
Said his butt got razzleberry. Okay.
I use more to blow my nose. What do you?
I don't even know how that's possible.
How do you do that? There's still some crumbs in there.
He must got 10 ply toilet
paper. He got razzleberry.
He got 17 ply. You're right. He must got 20 ply toilet paper or something.
Right? How do you do? 1 square? No.
He using bounty.
That's why you wear that gown, because underwear is gonna make you feel all that. If you're in the gown, it can breathe, so you don't get.
Oh my god!
Reset bounty though, so he can have 1 large square. Like, he said he is using the one selector size. bounty roll.
He's a minimalist. Minimalist.
Okay, listen. One square of toilet paper and the other one washing their hands in the toilet. Like I cannot.
That's why last week I had to jump off the Bennett and Amelia train. I love them, but they got to go on to their own self with them Yoop and they one ply toilet paper. They got to go with Yoop.
Because he didn't want his potatoes, child. Maybe they needed to bring him in the bird seed from the very beginning.
But wait, wasn't Bennett the one who was upset because the bathroom wasn't clean?
Yeah, he was like, she don't really be cleaning like that.
It don't even sound like he be spending that much time in the bathroom because he only wiping one time. How you know what the bathroom look like? What you doing in here? It's not cleaning up because apparently you don't do that. I just feel like it was refreshing though to see that Bennett was willing to move especially because Amelia was very afraid because in past relationships, like the distance is what broke them up. And since they have officially exchanged I love yous, that would have been a heartbreaking thing for her to deal with. And I don't feel like Amelia deserves that kind of pain. I just feel like she's very sweet and very lovable. She's weird on all outdoors. I couldn't date her, but she could be my friend that I visit routinely, sporadically, every now and again. If she calls me, I'll answer. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Sam.
But I feel like Bennett almost has an Olivia mindset to where they are just like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't really want to plan things right now. Whatever comes up, I'll deal with when it comes up. But you want me to think about 5 years from now, and I don't really have an idea of what's gonna happen till then. And it's refreshing to see that somebody can find love in that mindset. You just gotta find the right person that's not bright. But
before we move on to Woody and the Mighty, I just want to comment on how great it was to see how Amelia stood up for herself when they were talking about having kids, about how she really wants them, but she was also open to compromising. She was like, this is what I feel, this is my feelings, this is what I want, but I'll still work with you on what your opinions are and your thoughts.
And I don't want you to have no baby that you don't want.
Right. And it was just good to see them be able to have that really adult conversation and being just like, you know what, I'm going to say what I feel, but I'm going to still be your wife.
It's like when they talked about kids that other time, I think it was the first time they talked about kids when it was brought up that Bennett doesn't want to have like biological kids. And she was like, and they both were like, well, yeah, we're both open to the idea. She's like, yes, I'm open to adopting. And he was like, yes, I'm open to having kids with you. And, they're very mature about their conversations.
What I like is they always make me think of the idea of like, it should always be the two of us versus the problem, not you versus me. And I feel like, just to bring it back quickly to like some of our earlier couples, I think that was Brett and Olivia's problem. And I think that's Christine and Henry's problem. It's like a you versus me situation. And it's not like us two versus the problem.
That's a great way to look at things, Sharif. And I just feel like their marriage is going to keep getting better and better, especially since apparently Bennett likes graphic novels. And that means
now Amelia does
he's learning a little bit something on how to, touch and tease and please and wheeze and all that stuff. Leilani looks confused. She doesn't know what a graphic novel is. You do know what a graphic novel is. Where's my belt? Where is my belt?
Next question.
Please. What crack are you smoking, nigga?
That's gonna be the title of the video. Touch and tease and please.
That's not even what a graphic novel is.
Well, you can't have a dog until I get a baby.
First of all, I just figured that's what the graphic novel was because it was blurred out. So
And she said,
if I can't see what the cover of the book is, I'm gonna assume the worst.
and she said, I didn't know I liked graphic novels.
Well, they
until
blur out like brand names and stuff too. They said no free promo.
Okay, well, you have me there.
Graphic novels is like comic books and stuff.
Yeah, you might be right. I feel
It's
like
all right, Sam.
it might have been
Sam,
something
I went
else.
the same place you did.
See, this
Okay,
is
can we move on to Woody and Imani, please?
Y'all
Not
talk
yet,
about
not
RONA.
yet, not
I
yet.
mean, we can talk about Woody and Imani because Amelia pulled an Imani and just decided to cut her hair randomly in the middle of the night. And that's what Imani's going to Woody one day.
It looked good though.
Amelia's hair looks great.
Yeah, that
Right?
combed it, washed it even maybe.
Has anyone had a partner that you enjoy their snoring? Because I feel like that's what real love is. And I feel like Imani was sitting there like,
How do you
I can't
enjoy
sleep.
anybody snoring? Ain't enough love in the world.
Ain't
I
enough.
cannot sleep if you're. I really can't. Like I've had
Hell
when some of y'all have slept in my or we've slept in the same. I can't sleep. It's not happening.
You might tolerate it, but you don't enjoy the snoring.
I don't tolerate it. I'm like, snore, move, go on, breathe deep, go to the couch, get the pillow. What's wrong with you? Are you all right? If you don't die. Like, stop snoring.
There's some snores in this house. There's some snores.
On this episode of Morbid at First Sight, if you go die.
Got work this out.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest problem in their relationship has finally arisen with the issue of social media and DMs. Woody was feeling as if he wasn't being trusted, and Imani was feeling like he was hiding something. So I want us to discuss, like, how do you feel about your partner asking to see, your social media or asking to see the messages that you receive from other people?
My
coming from someone who's never been in a relationship, this is what I'm gonna say. I think that if you ask, I would show it to you, but I don't think you should ask.
And that is exactly what I was about to say. I was just about to say that same thing.
Very mature.
I feel
Very
like,
mature.
in my personal opinion, if you ask me, I'm gonna show it to you because, like, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm not trying to, like, come off as like I'm trying to be dishonest. But I feel like you shouldn't ask. I feel like if you feel like you need to go look through my phone, that's a deeper problem that we already need to like figure out.
All right. I think that, like, I give out my password in those situations. Like, you can have it. I don't care. Like, if you need my phone, just grab it. But don't ask me to see none of my social media, because if you have to ask, that means my phone is in my current use and I'm using it. So if I put it down and I leave, go ahead, go through whatever you want to go through, and you ain't gonna find nothing. But what I'm saying is, don't ask me to use my phone while you see me using it.
He said, I'm trying to watch the next Married at First Sight episode.
No, it's morbid at first sight, because Sabrina said if you're gonna die.
I just feel like I was feeling Woody in this moment, and like it's an issue of trust. It's like, why do you need to see it? Like, do you not trust me? Like, if you having some insecurities about our relationship, like, what is the purpose of asking? Like, if I go, hey babe, look at this, it's cool, but I don't understand why you need to ask to look at the messages.
She was joking. She was literally joking.
No, it started.
She was
not. See what you're doing in there. And then he clammed up. And so since she clammed up, then she's like, oh, why are you clamming up? What's in there? Like any woman would. She was literally just being playful and fun, in my opinion. And then because he had something to hide, then he made a mountain out of a molehill, and then it became an issue.
I'm sorry, sis.
I don't know that it's because he has something to hide.
And let me tell you why real quick. You know, my big sisters, shout out to Tease and Sabrina, they both told me something very important that I will always remember. You go looking for trouble, you gon' find it. And I feel like there's an instance where she looking for trouble, she gon' find it.
No, because if I had a boyfriend, he'd go all through my phone and look at anything, and he wouldn't find nothing. Okay, he wouldn't find nada because there's nothing there to find. Woody got clammed up, and Woody was nervous because he had something in there that he knew that would not be appreciated by Amani.
No, I think the
I don't think
Woody is
so.
an open person. Woody is a very open person. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's always forthcoming with how he feels. So I feel like that doesn't, to me, I'm not getting, oh, there's something in there that like I'm afraid for her to see. I feel like it's like I'm already being as open with you as I can. What more do you want from me?
Yes.
That's how I
Okay, Tyrese.
What do you want from me?
What more do you want, woman?
No, because I think this is a good conversation because honestly, like for somebody to ask to see my phone, that means to me that you feel like there's something I'm doing that you wouldn't appreciate or something that I'm doing that I'm trying to hide. It's not on some playful, like, oh, let me go ahead and see your DMs. I bet like, no, that makes me feel as if you honestly think that you're not my number one focus and you're not the only one I care about at this moment.
Okay, we want to know what Tisha thinks.
I think it backfired. I just think her statement backfired in her face. I think it was just poor timing and bad judgment. But because I think they feel like they have that playful get at each other kind of like tit for tat type sometimes where they be jabbing at each other and having fun, that she just took it too far that time, in my opinion. Like, I think she should not have phrased it in a manner to make him feel as if she didn't trust him.
I have a question for Tisha. Real quick. I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know how you feel about the whole like DMs and social media and relationships issue.
Well, coming in my relationship, we both have access to each other's phones. So, you know, it's nothing that I feel like Nick can't pick up my phone and use my phone, just like I can't pick up and use his phone. So, I mean, I think it's all about how you guys trust each other in your relationship. Yes, there's like certain levels of privacy, but at the end of the day, like if you ain't doing nothing shady, then you ain't got to worry about trying to feel like you need to be super protective and that you need to have your space like coveted and guarded to the point to where somebody can't pick your phone up because you worried about they gonna come, which means you either letting stuff slide and you not putting people in their places, knowing that that's disrespectful to the relationship. Then that's when you can come into some conflict.
Which is why I say Woody has something to hide because he was really upset about the whole situation.
I don't think he had anything to hide. I just honestly feel like I do see how it can be taken that way. Like, oh, you can't show it to me. Like, what's in there? Like, you obviously doing something, but it's almost principle of like, do you not trust me? And it's like, even if you look at my phone, what are you looking for? Like, literally, what do you want to see? Like, what do you want to see?
I feel like if it makes your spouse secure, then you just do it. But you let them also know that it bothers you. You let them know, I'm doing this because I want you to know that I'm not doing anything. However, I feel a type of way about you going through my phone and it makes me uncomfortable because I feel like you don't trust me. So you should be willing to hand it over, but you should let them know how you feel about it. Because my husband hands me his phone all the time and I hand it right back to him. I don't want to talk to none of these people. I don't want to check your messages. I don't care who calling you. But because he trusts me with his phone, I don't ever go through his phone because I don't care. Like, I feel like if you dumb enough to get caught, then you dumb enough to get caught. Then I'm just going to have to divorce you because you dumb. So then I don't know what to say at that point. That's another story for another day. But anyway, everybody has to be comfortable, but everybody has to communicate how they feel. So I'm gonna show you my phone because I know you feel you've been cheated on the past. You don't trust me all the way. You don't want to let your heart kind of love me. So here's my phone. But I feel like this is an invasion of privacy, and I feel very hurt that you don't trust me when I've given you no reason not to trust me. And I feel like if he would have put that way, then no argument. But they don't know that yet.
True. And I just feel like sometimes I'm hiding things on my phone because obviously there's also moments, because you've seen it like in episodes where Woody does things for Imani that seem sporadic, and I'm sure he's talking to his friends about things he's going to do, and it's like he doesn't want to spoil the surprises he has by you looking at my phone.
Well, I want to say something.
Wait, should I? Before you go,
he ain't talked all episode. If you don't let that boy talk,
I know. I'm sorry, should I? But before you go, it reminds me of something I saw on an episode of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I was surprising you. You made it spying by being shady. That's kind of the energy they have a little bit. Where it's like, because Sam was just talking about like he's trying to keep the surprise and whatnot, and then Sheila is like, well, now you being shady, and he's just like, I ain't doing it. Like, you ain't got Salah, Craig. Anyway, should I go ahead?
Okay, I do not like how the producers put together this episode, because we start off with Amani's like, I'm finally ready to tell Woody that I love him, and then they go to this argument, and then they make this whole big deal, and then we cut off to 3 trash couples. We cut off to Olivia and Brett, we cut off to Karen and Miles, and then we cut off to Henry and Christina before we even get back. And then we go to Amelia and Bennett, but that's fine. And then we just go through this depressing, because we know their relationships are not gonna work, and it's over for all of them, and we want to get back to the happiness, but it just to the very last of the episode. I just do not appreciate that. I just want to say that.
Should I said I want happiness in my episode?
Come through, critique of the production value. Production company, get it together. Get it together.
The production company had to take a break because of COVID. It wasn't their fault. They was on a limited schedule.
Bro, all them slow-mos, I swear they did a slow-mo every time they sat down to do this stupid one-on-one chats. I'm like, okay.
It's because they couldn't be in the room 24/7 filming them. So they had to give them little cameras to film when they felt like it. So they was like, they didn't film enough content. We got to slow this part down to film the whole episode.
Does anybody have any closing remarks?
I do. I'm glad Woody found his queen, and that he keeps calling her his queen. And I just like to see the black love. And how do y'all feel about a baby versus a puppy? Which one is more?
Oh no.
No.
All I gotta say is this man was like, a baby, a puppy is practice for a baby, but I don't want a puppy until we have a baby. That don't even make no sense. How is it gonna be practice?
You missed the most important part, Leilani. It wasn't just a baby. Excuse me. It was not just a baby. It was a Scorpio baby.
Oh my God, you know that too. I was like, he's
a Scorpio baby. The whole baby situation. It was the Scorpio part. Like, that was the best part. What are you talking about?
Look at, we get that it's almost your season and you excited or whatever, but that ain't got nothing to do with this. That ain't got nothing to do with them. I'm just like, you put
he said that, Sharif. That's what he said. He wants a Scorpio baby. So that means we got a plan in February, like, to get a Scorpio baby. I mean, hello.
Teacher said they having another meet. It's fine. Everything's fine. Go
ahead, girl. I already said a Scorpio baby.
I just said the whole baby puppy thing. It's like, you putting the cart before the horse. Why would I go practice after the game's over?
It's a no. It's a no.
Why would I practice after the game is over? To get better. You feel me?
I need some water.
Teacher said more of the Scorpio baby. It's okay. Get a baby in it. fine.
Look, Amani was like, I don't need two of you in the house. It's good. No thanks.
But they're gonna have a Scorpio baby and a Scorpio puppy. So we on deck, baby.
No thanks. Oh, I just feel like the only couple that's gonna make it is Woody and Amani, and Bennett and Amelia, and everyone else is just not, gonna go anywhere.
They just there for the cameras.
The couple waiting today. I think we can just end the episode. I think that was great. Awesome.
Wait, hold up. But before we end, I just want to end it real quick on a high note.
Don't play that trumpet. Don't play that.
Okay, fine, I won't.
He got 3 notes. Play them notes.
I won't. You know what?
Go. I'm joking. It's jokes.
Thank you so much. 10 Talk, where the conference is on 10, and the person house on 100. We'd like to
see this off with song
today. So
where the Negroes are, I want to see them dancing.
And if you want to see what then make that like button
at the side shows where we smoke weed, where we do ratchet stuff all day.
Wish I could be.
Where the Negroes are.
Yes.
Okay, come through vocals, Tisha. Come through vocals.
Yes. Did you do?
Part of your world.
There we go.
Remember, please like, share, comment, subscribe.
All that stuff.